Today I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4VD, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, it looks like once again LAPD has did the obvious and have now officially charged singer David Burke, aka D4VD, with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now at this point, this whole situation is getting longer than the Roots movie and annoying to most, including us, for the simple fact that this case should have been clear cut from the beginning. But it seems like everyone else seems to realize the obvious except for LAPD. Now the other day when David was arrested, according to reports, he was only being charged with suspicion. Fast forward to today, they have officially charged him with the death of Celeste Rivas along with other charges. And the only question I have now is why? And then we're also hearing that according to a press conference that was held, they were already keeping an eye on David before Celeste's death due to him having relations with her when she was just a minor. So if that was the case, why did they wait so long to arrest him for that? Because just think about it. If they would have acted fast enough, then maybe Celeste will still be here. But then also, if they already knew that he was the last one around her in the first place and already had knowledge that she was in fact a minor, why wasn't he arrested sooner when she was found deceased and dismembered in his car? Wouldn't he be the first suspect if they already know that he was the last person she was with? Something isn't adding up. Now, according to prosecutors, they also say his charges come with special circumstances because they label Celeste a potential witness, which, aside from the other charges he's being hit with, is making him eligible for the death penalty. So now that we know that she was also a potential witness, this may also give reason for a motive as to why David may have wanted to take her life, scared that she may expose something that can harm his career and future in the process. Now this is all information that I'm assuming LAPD been had. And when you compare them to what TMZ was saying, who claims to get their information straight from law enforcement themselves, either someone was lying or someone was in on something. I'll just leave it at that. Now we're going to get into what prosecutors are now admitting, what they know about D4VD, and see what that means for the future of this case. And I don't know, maybe they were withholding information because they didn't want David to try and escape while they were investigating, or maybe they were just lying. Who knows? But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
Breaking news, they now know who was driving David's Tesla right before Celeste's body was discovered inside of the frunk. The owner of the Hollywood home that David was renting has hired a private investigator. That private investigator has now uncovered surveillance footage from July 29th showing an individual driving the Tesla. They also mentioned the individual that moved the Tesla from one point to another rolled down the window when it was only 77 degrees out roughly. They also hung an air freshener from the front and rear view mirror. The private investigator said that the video was so clear and that the individual drove right past the camera, therefore he was able to see very clearly who was in the vehicle. The private investigator said, quote, "The Tesla comes very close to a camera, although there is some motion blur." They continued by saying, quote, "But you can see the person." They go on to state that the individual driving was also wearing something very distinctive, and that the private investigator was able to obtain video from 12 hours earlier showing that same person at the home wearing the same thing. However, due to investigative purposes, they will not disclose whom that individual is or their relation to the singer David. The investigator also said that there is a chance the person driving the vehicle was simply asked to move it and may have had no idea that Celeste was in the trunk. The investigator said, quote, "I find it very hard to believe if that's the case, but just in case, I'd like the LAPD to make that announcement."
Now, according to prosecutors, they're claiming that David not only unalived Celeste, but he did it for financial gain due to his music career that Celeste was threatening.
And there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night.
Now, more than likely, the only thing I could think of is that Celeste was planning to expose D4VD, and somehow he figured that out. So to protect his music career, he decided to kidnap and unalive her so the information will never get out. We know that more than likely, if it became official that he was messing with a minor, he would have not only been exposed, but canceled. Nobody would be supporting him, and his career would go downhill before it even started, because he'd probably also be dropped from his label. So to prevent all that, they're saying he decided to unalive her, allegedly, to assure that she never says a thing to anyone. Now, after that charge, they will also claim that Celeste was a witness. So if she was a witness, and he willingly unalived her because of what she was going to do, they can charge him for witness tampering.
Third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
Now, honestly, I have a whole bunch of questions, because I feel the only reason they're taking this step of finally arresting and charging him is because their hands were being forced. The owner of the home that David was renting is the one that hired a private investigator. And while this whole case was being investigated by LAPD, they wasn't updating us at all. It was the private investigator who was doing more work than LAPD and updating us via his Twitter on his findings, which also seemed to put David in a bad light, making him the most obvious suspect of them all. Remember when he visited the home and pointed out that there was strange machine equipment in the backyard? We never heard that from LAPD, and they were the first ones that raided his home. So why didn't they feel the need to expose that information and share it to the public? Also, it seemed like Celeste was at the center of an investigation, and she was in fact a witness within that case. So what was it that caused the police to get involved between the two, and why did they wait so long to arrest David for that?
The investigation was to determine who killed, who murdered Celeste months and months before. That investigation was carried out in unison and in partnership between the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division and the District Attorney's Office. At every point in the investigation, through the arrest and the filing of charges, the LAPD and the District Attorney's Office have worked in lockstep. There's been no disagreements amongst these entities in deciding how to proceed with this case, ultimately leading to these charges today.
They say whatever acts he was partaking in with her was lewd, and the only way they would know that is if either David or Celeste told them. And I'm more than sure it wasn't David. So now the next question is, what made Celeste go to the police? Everyone claimed that the two were in a consensual relationship, whether she was a minor or not, and she knew what she was doing. But if that was the case, she would have never went to the police because she wouldn't have a reason to, right? Her parents claim she ran away. But what if that wasn't the case? What if she went to visit him one time and was never allowed to come back? What if she was being held hostage? I don't know, but the point of the matter is this. Clearly things weren't consensual at some point in time, because she would have never went to the police. And now that they're saying that she was unalived for financial gain, it makes me wonder who else was in on unaliving her. I honestly don't think David himself dismembered her body, put it in a cadaver bag, and stuffed the remains in his own car and left it in public view like that. His lawyer claims that at the time she was found, David wasn't even in town. But they say her body was already smelling, which means that it's no telling how long exactly the body has been deceased and sitting in there. However, I just don't think he would be able to pull something like this off by himself, and if it was done for financial gain, then whoever is involved with D4VD needs to be investigated as well, because they will also have something to gain from it, being the fact that if David don't make money, then they don't neither. So that's my opinion. And as more information come out about this, I will keep you guys updated, but in the meantime, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.